Billionaire mom weeps as old mechanic helps her disabled daughter take her first step. The air in Blueville buzzed with the sound of drills, grease guns, and country radio. At a worn-down mechanic shop on the edge of town, 50-year-old Eli worked under the hoods of rusty Mustangs. He was a quiet man, not by nature but by exhaustion. Years of fixing engines for next to nothing had worn him down, but he kept on because the shop was all he had. No wife, no children, just him and his garage. One rainy afternoon, a sleek G-Wagon pulled into the gravel lot, a car that clearly didn't belong there. Eli wiped his hands on a rag, surprised. Out stepped a tall, elegant woman in YSLs. Beside her, a little girl held tightly to her hand, using a pink walker. The girl looked about 8, blonde hair, big bubbly eyes, and loafers, but something about her seemed off. "Are you the mechanic?" the woman asked, clearly skeptical. Eli nodded. "Yes, ma'am. Name's Ely." She sighed. "My car shut down a few miles back. This was the only garage nearby. Can you fix it?" Eli didn't say much, just popped the hood and got to work. The woman introduced herself as Amelia. Her daughter's name was Lily. Amelia barely spoke as she scrolled on her phone, but Eli noticed the little girl. She looked like a Barbie doll, even though her legs seemed weak. "What happened to your legs?" he asked gently. Amelia stiffened, but Lily answered, "I was born with nerve damage." She didn't sound petty or sad, just factual. Eli smiled. "You're tough, huh?" She nodded proudly. 20 minutes later, Eli closed the hood. "It was just some spark plug issue. I have installed a new one. Make sure to replace it with a genuine one later." "Fixed it already?" Amelia seemed stunned. Eli nodded. "How much do I owe you?" she asked. But Eli shook it off and said, "Don't bother. Think of it as minor help." "No charge?" She blinked. "You serious?" "Yep, been a slow day." He winked at Lily. "Besides, I got paid in conversation." Amelia offered a quiet thank you, but it was Lily who lingered as they left. "I like you, miss," she said softly. "You are so kind and generous, like my dream prince." Later that night, Eli sat alone in his shop, Lily's words echoing in his head. He remembered something, a blueprint he'd made years ago, a brace that could help kids like her walk again using adaptive shocks and springs. He had even built a prototype but never tested it. The idea had collected dust on a back shelf. The next day, Eli dug it out. He dusted off the blueprints, instantly started with the work. He didn't know what he was doing, but he caught himself adjusting the aluminum frame, checking straps, and making a few tweaks. Maybe because of Lily's eyes. Maybe because no one had ever built something like that for her. That weekend, Amelia returned. She had stopped by to thank him one last time. From behind popped Lily. She seemed to be holding some daisies. "These are for you, mister." Lily gave it with a bright smile. Eli seemed surprised. "Thank you so much, sweetheart," he added. "I've something for you as well. Wait." He reached out to the near tool shelf. He showed it to her. "I built these for you. Want to try it?" Her mother looked concerned. "It's safe," Eli assured her. Lily, curious, nodded. Carefully, he strapped on the frame. Then he held out his hands. "Let's try one step." At first, Lily struggled, but then she moved. Not far, not fast, but her legs worked with the frame. She giggled as she took another step, then another. Amelia gasped, her hands over her mouth. "She's never walked without the walker." Eli steadied Lily gently. "It's just a start," he said. But inside, he felt something deep stir, a joy no amount of fortune could give. Amelia pulled him aside. "Did you really build this yourself?" He nodded. "Had this for a long time, just needed a reason to finish it." She stared at him. "This could revolutionize a whole generation. You could save so many kids." Eli shrugged. "I'm no doctor, just a guy with tools." Amelia didn't say much, but when she left, this time her eyes were not skeptical. They were grateful. For the first time in years, Eli didn't feel like just a mechanic. He felt like something more. A man who made a little girl's life much easier. A man who laid the foundation for someone's life. A week passed by, everything seemed to be going normal. Until the seventh morning, Eli had barely opened his shutters and a familiar black car was nearing its distance. It was the same G-Wagon, but this time it wasn't just Amelia and Lily. A black sedan followed along. 2 tall men in suits stepped outside. For a second, Eli stiffened. Something didn't settle. Were they there to sue him? Did he do something wrong? But Amelia quickly approached. "Good morning, Mr. Eli," she smiled. "Don't worry, they are my business advisors." She turned toward the men. This is the man I told you about from a week ago." The taller man opened a briefcase and handed him a file. "Sir, Amelia says you've invented something extraordinary. We would like to fund the production, testing, and patent the product." Eli blinked. "Wait, what do you mean?" Amelia stepped forward, holding Lily's hand, her voice softer now. "You helped my daughter walk. I've been trying to fix that with money for 7 years. You did it in 2 days. Let's help more kids together." Eli stared at her, overwhelmed. "I'm just a small-town mechanic, ma'am." Amelia passed on a warm smile. "Maybe, but what you did wasn't something small-town." She insisted Lily demonstrate the miracle Eli had done. The two men were stunned by what happened next. Lily slowly adjusted the brace, took slow, steady steps in front of the team, and even managed to take a slow turn. Although her steps were shaky, the fact was enough of a miracle. The men seemed visibly moved. One of them cleared his throat. This could revolutionize the whole medical industry. Eli was stunned. "I never thought of it like that. I just wanted to do something for her." Amelia's eyes glistened with tears. "That is why it makes you different." The rest of the few days went in blur. All the experts, engineers, doctors, and physiotherapists gathered around the shop. Eli found himself surrounded by the experts, keenly interested in his explanations. Eli was stunned. "I never thought of it like that. I just wanted to help her stand." Amelia nodded, teary-eyed. "That's what makes you different." In the days that followed, everything happened at a wonderful pace. Soon, Eli's little shop was buzzing with visitors, clever engineers, caring doctors, and movement specialists, physical therapists. There was Eli, right in the middle of it all, showing them his plans and trying out ideas with these very educated folks. And you know what? They truly listened to him. They finally valued the way he saw things and solved problems. Naturally, Eli felt a bit unsure at first. Standing there with all those experts, he wondered if he belonged, but sweet little Lily was always nearby, giving him quiet encouragement. Once she tugged his sleeve and whispered, "You're the smartest one here, Mr. Eli." That simple faith from a child meant the world. Slowly, day by day, Eli started believing it himself. Amelia saw the difference Eli was making. She came to him with a wonderful offer, a true partnership and a brand new foundation named after her daughter, the Lily Frame Project. She made it clear, Eli would always be known as the inventor. He'd also get a fair share of any money made from it, royalties. "This isn't about me taking your wonderful idea," Amelia explained kindly but firmly. "It's about me helping you share your gift with the whole world." Eli paused for just a moment. Not because he didn't want to help countless others. His heart was full of that wish. It was just someone believing in him so completely. Well, that was a new and wonderful feeling he wasn't quite used to. But with a hopeful heart, he picked up the pen and signed his name. Just a month later, Eli found himself at a big university. In a bright, clean room, children who'd always struggled to walk were trying out newer, lighter versions of his special frame. Tears welled up in Eli's eyes as he watched, not one or two, but a dozen little ones taking their very first wobbly steps. Lily was right there too, moving more steadily than ever, her smile lighting up the room. Amelia stood quietly beside Eli, touched by the sight. "You know," she said softly, "before I met you, I thought miracles were just stories. I only trusted what money could buy." Eli gave a warm chuckle. "Well, looks like you've got a bit of both now." Time rolled on. Eli kept his old shop open, though he spent less time there now. His picture showed up in magazines. News folks came knocking, but Eli stayed humble. He'd still grab a broom and sweep his own floors. Then one special day, Amelia arrived. She held out a little box covered in soft velvet. "This is for you, Eli," she said, her eyes shining. Inside lay a single key. "A key?" Eli asked, puzzled. "To what?" Amelia simply pointed across the street. There stood a brand new, beautiful garage. It had shiny solar panels on the roof, the very best tools inside, and a glowing sign out front that read, "Eli's Innovation Lab." "Your old shop served you well," Amelia smiled, "but your dreams, they've outgrown it. This place is for the new work you're meant to do." Eli was completely speechless. Just then, Lily dashed over and wrapped her arms tight around him. "You're my hero, Mr. Eli." Eli knelt down, his own eyes foggy. "Oh no, sweetheart," he whispered, hugging her back. "You're the hero. You started it all." And so, as the ribbon was cut on his new lab, with happy faces all around and cameras capturing the moment, Eli felt a deep, quiet joy he hadn't known in years. It was the pride of seeing his kindness bloom into something wonderful, and the sweet success of helping others, no strings attached. The world may have once overlooked a tired, small-town mechanic, but because he saw the strength in one little girl and simply believed she could walk, well, look where that belief led. If you enjoyed this story, leave a comment. Also, if you are new to our channel, subscribe and be a big part of our growing community. We hope to bring more stories like this to you. Like, share, and until next time, stay kind, stay curious, and keep watching.